And we are live. You know,
Of course we are.
Josh is over here talking about how perfect he is. You know, the guy that you see on
It's not
camera,
a gimmick. It's not a gimmick, guys, whether
guy,
camera's on or off.
That's what I'm saying. The guy that you see on camera is not very different than the guy on camera. Welcome to the show. My name is Barry Grant Jr. That is Josh Tariff. We are talking about wrestling. We always talk about wrestling because we love wrestling. Yeah. How are you, sir? How was your week?
It's been pretty good. Man, for those of you that are listening to the first time, first off, welcome. Second of all, where have you been? Thirdly, I work as a manager for various indie promotions in California. So I happen to work a lucha show this past weekend, which was fun. I had quite a moment with it because I'm managing a guy. They're doing their match. Match itself was cool, all fun with that. But pretty much the only people that are in the front row is this family, and it's like everyone. So it's mom, dad, like 3 kids, and grandma.
Oh man, all generations came out.
Oh yeah, right. All multiple generations came out for this Lucha Libre show, and there's a point during the show where my guy, the heat is happening. So for those who are not familiar, I mean, this is where the bad guy is dominating the match, and because he's my guy, I'm celebrating and taunting outside the ring while he's doing it inside the ring, and there's a point where I turn around and happen to look at that family because they're right behind me. And I'm taunting them I'm like, isn't he great? Blah, 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 blah. And then they all start booing me. And I look at the grandma who's booing me. And I was like, no, you need to show me some respect. This grandma, who, by the way, at best, 4'7". Like the tiniest person, in the front. But there's an old lady. She then just looks at me, mean-mugged, and gives me the finger, just like this though. But it's just like a small finger, and just give me the middle finger. I then go back to her, and it's like, that is not appropriate. How dare you? And this woman then grabs her purse and stands up. I run. I run to the other side of the ring because I don't know what's in that purse.
Could be a brick.
And it paused the action. It wasn't meant to, but because the response that everyone gave grandma for standing up to me to make me run away just got the entire crowd to pop. And the wrestlers were just like, what just happened? All right, I guess we'll move on. But it was just like a very funny moment at a lucha show. So you asked how my week's been. That was the highlight of the week.
I mean, that's a pretty good highlight.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good highlight. I mean, you
almost
got beat up by a 9-year-old woman, and it's great.
Yeah, that's the life of a manager.
Yeah.
How has your week been?
My week has been fine. I do have a confession.
That sounds convincing.
Yeah, I do have a confession. Today I literally mailed it in at my employment because today is the 26th, correct?
Today is the 26th, which means we're just a mere hours away from turkey and ham.
I don't even care, but that's not important to me right now. The biggest thing that's important to me right now, and I've been waiting weeks for this, is Stranger Things 5. Like, I mailed in my employee because I want to sit there. I want to watch Stranger Things, and I want to be bothered. Okay, don't bother me. Don't talk to me. Don't call me. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. All right. So my boss is like, hey, can you do this? No, I can't because I am boycotting any work today. I've mailed it in already. So you can get me to do things after Thanksgiving and especially after Stranger Things Day. So, just what it is. Don't be that guy. All right. Don't be that guy.
Bro, you know that's fake, right?
Don't you ever. Okay. But yes, good stuff. Listen, we got a lot to talk about. Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk about, obviously, we have our War Games preview, all of these things. What do you want to start with first? Do you want to start with the crazy old man that everybody's talking about right now and just get it out of the way?
I mean, we can, because I know that's something that you want to talk about. I will never use the word crazy in describing him because he means too much to me.
Listen,
but you go ahead and tell everyone who you're referring to as a crazy old man.
I'm talking about Bret Hart. I'm talking about Bret the Hitman Hart, who's starting to look a lot more like his father every single day in regards to just being the old miserable man on the couch. I love Bret Hart. I think Bret Hart is one of the greatest of all time. I will never kick Bret Hart's back in too much, but he out here doing a tour right now. I don't know what's going on, but, I have a little snippet here of him talking about Bret.
We have a clip.
Yeah, we got a clip. I have Bret and, Bret and Shawn and Vince McMahon. And, he's still talking about that everywhere he goes. People always asking about the screw job. People always asking about the issue between him and Shawn, because it's legend at this point, right? Like, we heard from Shawn, we heard from Bret. They've pieced it up already, but we still have to go ahead and talk about these things. But listen, for me, yes, it was entertaining, but I was like, come on, really? I mean, it's 2025. Are we still doing this? But the man has a new wrinkle to the story, and everybody's just up in arms like, dude, like, what? Why haven't we not heard this before? So let me go ahead and just pull this up, because Bret Hart is insane. Let's go ahead and see this here. All right, we're going to go ahead and clip this up and play.
I think that Shawn and Vince were sleeping with each other. I'm just telling you, I think I'm very close to the truth here. Shawn and Vince were lovers, and that's why I'm being dead honest, and I'm telling you.
We all know what the H stands for.
I just, when I look back, it's like I got caught between two lovers, and I got shafted and screwed over, and Shawn was so envious and jealous of my position that he finally had to sleep with Vince to get it. And I tell you, I say all this with absolute. I would say it to Shawn if he was right here. I would actually like to have Shawn come clean and say, look, we were lovers. Because I'm sure they were. I have an absolute 100%. If I saw either Vince or Shawn here, I would say I think you guys were lovers.
I love it.
Where's the line?
Come on, just stop it. Just stop. We're not doing that when it comes to Shawn Michaels. We're just not gonna do that. Come on now, man. Now listen, me and you can be able to joke about it, and I think there gotta be some tongue in cheek there, because Bret Hart does have this type of dry humor about him. He never goes up or down. It's the same type of monotone delivery all the time. So I'm sure that there's pretty much tongue in cheek on it. But a lot of people are commenting on Bret Hart just continuing to talk about the same things over and over again. And, we have Jim Ross that came out, and let me see if I can be able to pull that up, what Jim Ross said.
Well, while you're pulling that up, if you don't want him to talk about the same thing, then don't ask him the same questions.
Exactly. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. So Jim Ross said, let me see here. Where is the quote? Jim Ross said, "That's great. That's hilarious. Bret knows how to push the buttons, man. That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing, and it's working because we're talking about it amongst others. That's BS or bullshit. That's Shawn Michaels in the era point in time. He was in a different mindset. He was a different guy. I don't think he had in any way, form, or fashion believe." So it's basically, you know, Jim Ross is saying it as well, that it's just Bret Hart just kind of just stirring things up. And in the age that we live in, where everything is so quick to be able to be dispersed and everybody conversing about it, talking about it, clipping it up, you know, making their own narratives about it. It's like they're starting to maybe mold this thing like, oh, well, you know, why is Bret Hart continuing to do this? This is hate. Like it's wrestling. Like this is it's a carny business, and we all know how this is, right? Like there's always ways to continue to get heat. This is not even what you would call a shoot interview. It's just one of those things where it's Bret Hart. Like, you know, Bret Hart has always shot from the hip. It doesn't matter who you're talking to, where he is, he's going to find a way to be able to just be him. And I don't think that there's anything more than that. But I do enjoy when he kicks Bill Goldberg's back in. I do like that. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, this is going with, you know, we kind of joked about it a moment ago, but, you know, okay, Bret's being asked this topic, this question again and again and again.
Yep.
So what's wrong with him trying to have a little fun with it, while in a way being the wrestling business is the wrestling business,
right?
As far out there as you know, as his joke is, it could make you think.
Yeah.
Because in that time frame, we know Sean was doing a lot of stuff.
And could do no wrong.
Huh?
And can do no wrong.
And he could do no wrong. He was the golden boy while doing the drugs, being ultra flamboyant and flirtatious with all walks of life. And we know the history that Vince has, especially with all the legal cases that have come about over the last, you know, couple years. So while I am certain this is completely far-fetched and false and was just, you know, all in good humor, in the world of wrestling and the time frames, it can make some people think, huh, could that have happened? Is it possible? Well, the answer should be no. In the world of wrestling, there's that much of it being possible.
Right.
So right. I have no problem with this. I thought it was, if I were to critique anything, it's the fact that you kind of know as an improviser, as a performer, when the joke hits its peak and then you move on. It hit its peak, the crowd was applauding, and then he kept going just a little too long with it.
Well, I mean, you gotta understand that's the old man in him, right? Like he just doesn't.
Right. So, whatever.
His cadence is a little off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I have zero problem with him saying what he said. I don't think he's crazy. I think he's trying to have fun with the situation, and the fact that so many other people have been, you know, commenting and reporting about how he feels, or now this quote unquote claim that he's saying, it just shows how many people still to this day care about what Bret Hart says.
Yeah.
And why he's so respected, even when he makes comments that some people might consider crazy. It's still showing how well respected he is in the world of wrestling, that this has become such a hot topic this week.
Yeah, no, definitely 100%. I mean, I completely agree. I'm, you know, I wanted to poke fun at this because everybody's talking about it, but I didn't read too much into it. You know, you got other people talking about, oh, is this ruining Bret Hart's legacy? Nothing can ruin Bret Hart's legacy outside of, you know, obviously, you know, certain things that you do, and, you know, unaliving somebody, or, you know, doing some other stuff that you shouldn't be doing with underage people. Like those are things, and assaulting other people. Like there's things that can be able to, but this right here has always been Bret Hart. So if his legacy hasn't been ruined for the last 30 years of him doing this, it wouldn't be ruined now. So it's just like, come on now. Like, Bret is always a guy that's always going to be as honest as possible. If you ask him a question, he's never going to be like, yeah, I'm not going to answer that. Like, he's not that guy. You're like, well, if you want me to answer it, I'll give you what I think. And it doesn't really matter what happens. Like, you can print it up. He doesn't care. Like, his legacy is stamped. So, he's the best there is, best there was, and he's the best shoot interview out there. He kind of has replaced the Iron Sheik in regards to just being the legend of legends.
But I want to point something out right now.
Yeah.
You said Bret Hart's the best there is, the best there was. You didn't say the best there ever will be.
Yes, the best there ever will be. You can.
No, because if there's a reason that you said that, then you could say that.
No. I was just, I cut it off short because I wanted to get my Sheiky baby tribute in there.
See, I'm gonna be the Bret Hart supporter listener, and now type up a report that says Barry Grant Jr. does not think that Bret Hart is the best that there will ever be because he did not say it with his catchphrase.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
I do like the comparison to Iron Sheik, though. I think that's fun.
Listen, the Iron Sheik. If anybody is a wrestling fan and they want to have a nice laugh for the next hour or two, just type in Iron Sheik shoot interviews on YouTube, and you will thank me later because that man was a legend when it came to just shooting from the hip. He did not care. Sheiky is a legend. Rest in peace. Moving on. So if you see the title of the thumbnail, it was more questions than answers for Monday Night Raw. And we're talking about the opening of the show because, Roman Reigns pops out. It's always big news when Roman Reigns is appearing, right? So Roman Reigns comes out there, he does his thing, has the entrance, everybody's excited, gets into the ring, and he says 3 words, and all of a sudden Cody's music plays. And let's just keep it there for a second before we even talk about the entirety of this promo. Why is this a thing, Josh? Like, I don't understand where we got to the point where a star cannot get his shit off before music plays and somebody else comes down. Like, when did this start? Like, dude, you can't even get 5 words in before somebody comes down.
Well, first off, they have an allotted time frame, and if Roman Reigns wants to take his entire time in getting to the ring, then so be it. I'm kidding.
You're right, because you're paying the man like $15 million a year. There is a very, very wide allotted time for a Roman Reigns.
Yes. So, I mean, it probably really started Attitude Era time, where whether it was Vince interrupting Austin or Austin interrupting Vince, Rock involved, DX involved, all of them. But it's so interesting because it's more of a rarity of someone going out there and cutting a promo uninterrupted.
Yes.
So I agree with you. That needs to come back because the interruption should cause a stir. It should cause a surprise. Does it on occasion still do that? Sure, because if someone who you weren't expecting to interrupts it, okay, yeah, that makes sense there. Fine. Yeah. But to your point, if we were to graph, okay, X amount of in-ring promos that happened in the last, we'll say year, there's what, maybe 3 per televised show.
Right.
The average of interruptions of a promo per show is going to be over 2 a show, which would mean more than 2/3 of all the in-ring promos throughout the year have someone interrupting it. Even if it's like Adam Pearce coming out to change a match, it's still an interruption.
Yeah.
And there's something, and we really only get it as we head into the big pay-per-view. So as we get into Mania, we're going to get a Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns or someone uninterrupted lengthy promo that we're just going to sit here and be like, now I'm invested.
Right. Because that's what I'm waiting for. Like,
yeah,
I like, again, I don't mind the interruption, but at least let him get 30 seconds to a minute of saying something, and then you can be able to come out. But he didn't even like. That's the thing. It's like
you want the catchphrase. You want to hear the catchphrase.
let him get to something before you come out there. But it's like, okay, you have him come out there, and it's just like, all right, if this was the situation, like, you know, it should have just been like, all right, like, I got some stuff to say to Cody. I got some stuff to say to Punk. Both of y'all get out here right now before I say anything. I would have rather that than him behave like he was gonna say something, you know, profound and then just get cut off. Like, it's just there has to be a better way to do it. And we've been watching wrestling for too long to know that there is a better way, and this ain't it. Like, I think this is just lazy of how they're doing it now. They're just kind of just hodgepodging it, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, there's obviously the formula for effective wrestling promos, but they're not effective when it's oversaturated.
Yeah.
So you have to have some variety in the promos. Now, again, interruptions can be good. On Raw, we had like the backstage segment with Maxine and Adam Pearce, and, you know, and congratulating her. And then all of a sudden she walks into this person about feuding with a title, and then this person for feuding with this person. That is variety in conveying storytelling. It's like, oh,
yeah, that's
now all of
good.
a sudden all these people want the IC title. All these people Maxine could potentially feud with, and this and that. I'm invested. Good. That's what we want. But yeah, to your point, too many times, especially when it's the same 5 or 6 guys over and over. You know, Cody, Roman, Heyman, whoever's affiliated with Heyman.
Right.
Usos, LA Knight, who we're seeing less and less having this now, which we've already kind of touched on in the show. But so you got to break from the mold a little bit to get it more invested. And that's why the big question that I had with Raw wasn't just like the immediate interruption of the promo. It's what Roman said at the end of the promo.
Well, we'll get there. So we just wanted to talk about that interruption. But now Cody comes to the ring, and then Punk comes to the ring, and now all 3 big stars are in there, and we get this promo. And it was funny because you text me, you're just like, "You watch Raw?" I'm like, "Yeah." That opening promo, didn't really hit. And I'm just like, hey, you know, it was all right. But then you had me think, because, and I hate when you do that, right? You put this thing out there.
How dare I make you think?
Yeah, you put this like, you know, you plant the seed, right? You plant the seed and you go ahead and just ruin it for me. But you're right, because even me, I was just like, this is not getting me excited for War Games. Like, what was the point of this promo? I don't know. I don't know.
I can tell you, well, what they want it to be. Now, the question is, will they execute it? Who knows? But the point of it is not for War Games. It's to make you start thinking for Mania.
Which is fine, but can we get through War Games first?
That's not how WWE operates.
You know what I mean? Like, because the thing is, like, for me, all right, let's just think about a scenario here. Say the Vision wins, right? And obviously they're going to be in the ring, you know, the baby faces, they get beat. And then you have the subsequent Monday Night Raw following, right? There's a fallout.
Sure.
You always have to have the fallout episode, right? So that would be a very interesting time to do that in a fallout episode, because the kumbaya, us being a team, is over. Right. I'm done with that. Now it's like, both of y'all got championships. Well, let's see which one I'm gonna take. Y'all will figure that out. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine, because you're planting the seed for now. It's the road to WrestleMania, but getting it on the go home show.
Oh, I just have you're giving me an evil grin. Because you took what I said and incorrectly interpreted it.
Okay, so I misinterpreted. Go ahead and correct it, sir. I apologize.
No, it's no need to apologize. It just makes me an evil grin because now I'm gonna say I feel like it's almost turned into a weekly thing where I say something that sounds so far fetched, yet it makes you think that it could happen, and I always get your reaction to it.
You have a new nickname for me, sir. You are the seed planter.
Ooh.
Maybe you should.
Although if I start saying I'm going to plant the seed,
exactly.
Then, this is no
I'm
longer
gonna
a family-friendly podcast.
Seed. If people like pause, hey yo, what are we doing?
Hey yo, hold it. So at the end of that promo on Raw, they asked Roman, "Are you talking to me and my title, or are you talking to Cody?" And Roman walked away. This has me worried about my Sami Zayn Royal Rumble prediction.
Roman's gonna win the Rumble.
Not only is Roman gonna win the Rumble, but when they ask him whose title he's going after, no, he's gonna say both. And it's gonna be a triple threat for an undisputed title, and they're gonna combine them again.
I like that.
Because what has been the biggest criticism over the last year?
Brand
SmackDown ratings plummeting.
Yeah.
And Cody wants to be on Raw more than SmackDown anyway.
And
everyone wants to be on Netflix.
And we've seen stars just bounce from here to here.
Just bounce around.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with Roman was he ran everything because he had both titles.
Right.
So he wants to do that again. And the only way to do it would be to win both titles. And what would be, based with today's roster, the biggest selling point type of match that you could make for WrestleMania? Because you want to have the biggest main event you could possibly make for this Mania, since you know how angry so many fans are that 2027's Mania is going to be in Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
So what do you got to do? You got to put your three biggest names together and have a winner-take-all match, which that's sucks for guys like Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Hey, there's always the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title.
Stop it. Stop it.
He go for the NXT Championship if he wants to.
Yeah. Give me Sammy and Brock then. But because obviously we already know, there's no Taker. There's now no more Cena.
That's so sad, isn't it?
Right. Ray is
90 years old.
90 years old. Well, even though he still wrestles like he's 30, he is 90.
Yeah.
And realistically, though, he's not going to get pushed to be the WrestleMania main event anymore.
Right.
Who would mainstream sell the tickets the most for? With this roster, it's Roman, Punk, and Cody. Those are the top three. And that's what the seed that Roman planted on Raw. He didn't say which title because he wants them all.
Exactly.
He's had them all. He was successful with them all.
Right.
Why can't he have them all again?
Right. That makes a lot of sense. And listen, we were going to talk about our Rumble things when it came up, but
of course,
crazy enough, that was my pick.
Roman to win.
Roman was my pick. Win the Royal Rumble because I'm a mark for Roman Reigns. So of course I was gonna say Roman's gonna win the Rumble. If he doesn't have the titles, he's going for the titles. Yeah.
My heart is going to stay with Sami Zayn winning the Rumble, but that promo, maybe they're not gonna do that.
So you might have it right. I mean, you do say some there's some crazy stuff there, but there is a method to the madness, sir. And I've always said that about you, right? Because, when you talked about the last time is now tournament, we kind of seeing that play out. When you talked about war games, you did this, sir. Everything you talk about, sir, you can.
It's almost like I sometimes know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like I don't understand this. I don't never get things right. Bullshit. Okay.
When we get to our War Games predictions, we'll see my track record.
I'm very curious about your War
Again,
Games
that's the one area that I never do
well. So yes, that's what we got for the promo. I love to see those guys in the ring together because they're just like when you talk about star-studded just appearances and promo, like that's what you want to see. That brings me back to Attitude Era days when you always used to just see stars in the ring. Like you just saw that all the time. You know what I mean? And that's what wrestling feels like. You want to see those guys more often than not. So that was pretty cool. I didn't really get it, but here comes Mr. Tariff to go ahead and go put things together, and I respect that. Moving on. Penta's injury.
Yes, which
now
terrible timing.
Well,
there's no good timing for an injury, but
exactly, terrible timing. And before I do that, I'll get into this comment here. City by the Bay. He said WWE draft never meant anything. I mean, yeah,
it did at the beginning,
right?
Like when they first started doing them, but right. Yeah, they would just mix and match people. Yeah, I agree, and we didn't have a draft this year, which is probably a good thing because it didn't even dawn on me until I saw that comment. Oh yeah, there was no draft this year.
Yeah.
And because let's be real, if you were to ask a wrestler, legit, have him legitimately answer, oh, would you rather be on Raw or SmackDown today? Well, the answer is Raw because Raw is on Netflix.
Right. And Raw's getting all the pub.
Right. So that's why the draft is meaningless right now. I agree.
Where the draft would make sense to do it at? Do it with NXT and TNA. That would make sense.
Well, yeah, that's the type of thing where, all right, and WWE has a partnership with TNA. WWE, at least publicly, does not own TNA.
Yet.
Right. And for all we know, they might already own it, and it's just not public.
It's just not public, yeah.
So that's the type of thing, though. Again, yeah, if you want to do that and then you split those people amongst both of those shows, as long as they don't mix up, then fine. But we know that's not going to happen.
Correct.
So
correct.
But anyway, Penta injury.
Yeah, so I've been reading some things, Josh, and I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here because I seen some stuff from Sean Ross Sapp. Said that. Let me see. Let me go ahead and go share this. So they're saying here that Penta looked pretty good coming through the curtain. There was I think if we have they got the image right here.
No doubt about it here with Penta.
Just the Penta way, twisting and turning, firing Solo Sikoa off in towards Talaton.
So that right there, I mean, you can clearly see his shoulder slams into the ground, which is not good for a shoulder. You know what I mean? Like that, you see quarterbacks get hit like that all the time and land on that shoulder. That that can be able to rip ligaments up. You can tear your labrum that way. That there's a lot of bad things that can happen.
I mean, that's kind of what happened with Liv Morgan's injury.
Yeah,
and she's been out for months.
Exactly, because that is a terrible injury to come over. So yeah, Sean Ross Sapp says that sources told him that they seemed okay with him, Penta, as he went through the curtain. The other issue here is that what's his name from Dave Meltzer? His oh my goodness, what is his name, man? Alvarez. Yeah, Alvarez said that the plan was always supposed to have Penta lose. So it was kind of like, you clearly you wanted the match to go on, right? But he was never going to win the match in the first place. So, and then Penta comes out and he releases a statement saying that this is going to light a fire under him and he's good and blah blah blah, and he thanks everybody for their well wishes and stuff like that. But it just sucks for him to get hurt like that, not being able to give the fans a good matchup, to be able to kind of spark that believability and say, hey, is Penta gonna go over? Oh my goodness, is he gonna win? Having it end prematurely like that sucks. You never want to see that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's always, especially for young fans, confusing.
Yeah.
So, because as I've said on this podcast before, as I've told you, I watch Raw with some good friends of mine and their kids. Their kids are big Penta fans. So, I will literally ask them, for most matches, I'm like, okay, who do you think is going to win, this guy or this guy? And then, they'll pick someone. I will usually pick whoever the other one is, just, so they can be like, I got it right, or, oh, you were right. But naturally with this one, instantly, they're both like, Penta's winning. And you're looking at, and of course, looking at the bracket, of course Penta's winning, because the winner of this faces Gunther. So it makes the most logical sense that Penta's winning this match. And then 2 minutes in, this happens, which you and I know how the injuries will happen and things have to change, or sometimes things might have to get stopped depending on the situation. And comes back from commercial, they announce Solo the winner, and they're like, wait, what happened? I'm like, oh, it looks like Penta got hurt, so they had to stop the match. He got hurt. How did he get hurt? I'm like, oh, it looks like he hurt his shoulder, so they stopped it. And of course, though, in a child's mind, I'm not a child, but I'm thinking back to when I was a child. Wait, don't they get hurt all the time? Because they're doing these matches and getting hit and punched and kicked and all that.
Yeah.
So, and this is not me saying, oh no, they should be hiding that. No, because if you're hurt, you stop the damn match because you don't want to avoid further injury. It's just now in this day and age, since it's just more open, it's just more unique on having to have these conversations with kids about this stuff. Now, if the reports from Meltzer and them were true that Penta was supposed to lose the match, then I also understand, even if he could have, quote unquote, popped it back in to try to keep going, like, hey, for the sake of this, since calling a match will still give us the same result that we would have had, we want to protect the investment and not have you risk getting this further injured today.
Right.
Because we just set something up for you in AAA and to do whatever else. So I get them wanting to stop it. The gripe that I have with all this is, so your plan was in this tournament that you're going crazy about for Cena, you wanted the two guys who get the most heat, Gunther and Solo, that were in the tournament. You want them to face each other in the semifinals? So you want a huge marquee matchup to have two guys that you don't want the crowd to cheer for. Whereas you can clearly see the other side of the bracket, which the match will happen on SmackDown, which they were already taped. So, doing my best, of course, to avoid spoilers. But the way the bracket's set up, it's written in, it looks written in the walls that the other semi is going to be Jey Uso versus LA Knight. So it's the type of thing where you got two guys that fans tend to cheer for. Now, in the case of Jey Uso and LA Knight, fans are going to be more behind LA Knight for the opportunity than Jey Uso, but the crowd still cheers for both of them.
Right, yeah.
And then on the other side, you got two people that the crowd always despises and boos, even though they're both great performers, but their characters and all that, you're booing them. So you're watching the Solo Gunther match and you're like, well, one of these guys has to win. That annoys me. And then you're watching the other one where one of these guys has to lose. That annoys me. So now you get into your finals where the final, it's not excitement building in because you're sad no matter what happens in one match. And you're happy no matter what in the other match. So you can't pull on emotions to lead to the finals of this tournament. Because if you had Carmelo somehow pull the upset, which he looked great on Raw.
He did.
And he looked fantastic. If you had him pull the upset, now, can he win one more? Can we draw it in? If you mix these guys up, so you had LA Knight against Gunther and Jay against Solo. Well, there's a story there. Brother against brother. LA Knight, I'm trying to remember. I'm sure he's had a match with Gunther, but I don't remember any marquee match with Gunther.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
Because on paper, this looks like, it's going to be Jay and Gunther one more time in the finals. Now, it might not. It could be LA Knight in the finals with Gunther. It ain't going to be Solo. Which is annoying because I got no problem with Solo being in it because he does have the story because he dominated John Cena once. I know I said it last week that I was kind of done with the tournament. Now with this setup for the semifinals, I could care less. And I shouldn't be like that. But the way they have it set up, unless you suddenly pull a fast one and all of a sudden announce, instead of two semifinal matches, we're just going to have a fatal four-way. Okay, now we bring intrigue for one match. It's not doing it for me. And you've been sitting there very patiently waiting to speak, and I appreciate that. And I don't know if that means you're in agreement with everything I say or you're just ready to shut me up.
I would never shut you up, sir. I am in a
I wouldn't be offended if you were.
I'm in complete agreement. I am not. I think the way the bracket has been botched since the inception of it, I just think that they've been flying by the seat of their pants the entire time. Like, there's no reason. Like, my thing is this: Gunther doesn't need this.
He does not.
He doesn't need it. Like, this man has been a dominant champion every time he gets a belt. He doesn't need the John Cena rub. He doesn't need to be the guy to retire John Cena. John Cena was retiring anyway. It's not like he's retiring due to injury. Like, this is not something that he needs. Carmelo Hayes needs it. An LA Knight would love to have that type of notoriety or notch on his belt. That would make sense.
I mean, it does also make sense a little for Solo.
Yeah, Solo.
I got no problem with Solo winning this tournament.
Yeah, but it's like, like if you go ahead and just crown, it's just, we didn't get anything out of this. This was supposed to be the real, get some great matchups, get some great intrigue to be able to lead up to one of Cena's hopefully best matches of his career, because it's his last one, right? He's going to give everything that he has in that match to be able to to leave a lasting legacy, like kind of like Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. Obviously, we know he didn't retire after that, but
Yeah.
Ric Flair gave his all in that match, and they told such a beautiful story. Shawn Michaels told a beautiful story with The Undertaker the second time around in WrestleMania. Like, those are the things that we look forward to. And for me, there is no story there between him and Gunther. It just isn't.
Right.
And it just feels, I don't know, it's very anticlimactic for me. It really is. Like, it's just like, all right, let's just get it over with. And the fucked up part, right? I want to say that is that we can't just get it over with because it is Cena's last match. So this is how it's going to end. This is how we're always going to remember Cena's last match as it's going to be a good match. They're going to have a great match. They're going to tell a good story, but man, what it could have been to be able to put somebody else in that spot, to be able to share the ring with Cena. That's all I'm saying.
Did in Cena's historic run, can you recall any time, because it might have, and I'm just not thinking of it. Was there ever a time that he tapped out?
Oh, wow. He's fought Kurt Angle a few times.
Right. I remember he's fought Angle. And I mean, he might have, back in like the Thugonomics days when he was a heel.
When he was a heel, yeah. That's a great question. That's a great question.
I mean, I'm just doing a general Google search.
Yeah.
The immediate Google record said, yes, John Cena's tapped out, most notably to Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle.
There we go. Okay.
But both of those would have been when Cena was a heel.
Right. 03 and 04, right?
Yeah, in that time frame. Right. So my point that I'm bringing up with this is never give up.
Never give up. Right.
John Cena's last match, he will give up to Gunther sleeper hold.
So that's the story.
That's the story. Now his last match he gives up and will tap out.
Do you think that he falls asleep, or he actually
he will tap because that is his way of giving up? Because if he passed out, he's going to, when the match is done, he will probably have some type of send-off promo thing after.
Yeah.
Can't do that if you're passed out. If you tap out, you're still selling it, but you didn't pass out.
That's probably what it's going to be.
He never give up. I had to give up. My time is up. His time is now.
Yeah, I have nothing left. I have nothing left. I have nothing left to give. And that's the story. That's the story.
Right, because when you look at the four most likely four remaining, because again, SmackDown hasn't aired yet. Jey Uso does not have submission. LA Knight does not have submission. Solo does not have submission.
That's
because is Cena's last match going to end with him being pinned with a powerbomb? Probably not. Could I see it end with a Samoan spike? Sure, because you can go back with Umaga with that.
All right.
Do I see it ending with an Uso splash? Absolutely not.
Especially not with a BFT either.
Right. He's going to tap to the sleeper. Or whatever Gunther calls it.
Yeah. That's the story. You got it. That's the story. I think that's what they're going to sell. Which is, it's a good story for the ring, but again, there's somebody else that should be in that spot to be able to get the rocket pushed to them. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Moving on, let's go ahead and just do our War Games prediction before we get out of here. Who you got?
Let's start with Cena since it's the topic, because he is defending the Intercontinental Championship against Dominic there. Because again, this kind of stems with the tournament. However, I do feel that Cena will lose at Survivor Series.
Here's the question.
Drop. Yeah.
Does he lose?
What's my
clean?
question? Huh?
Does he lose clean?
Of course not. But here's the fun answer with it. He loses because of Liv Morgan returning.
Liv Morgan comes back for her man.
Right. And helps her man in his hometown win back the title.
I like
and
that.
Now you add, because she's got, she's been appearing more and more in public now and stuff. So she's more than likely cleared, or if not, close to being cleared. So now you throw all the other stories in with her and Dom, and the dissension that was already there with Finn prior, the dissension that she could have with Roxanne, the questions of her with Raquel, to all start leading to
the breakup,
leaving the breakup into the Rumble, etc.
Yeah.
But that will put the title back on Dom and give a shock value, and also give one female competitor a moment with Cena during his farewell tour.
To share that, yeah. That I like that. I have no disagreements with what you said right there. I had Dom going over as well. Obviously Dom will never win clean, and that's fine. I like that. And yeah, I love that story that you just mapped out. I think Liv Morgan, it's a good opportunity for her to be able to come back there and be able to, get Dom back his championship.
Yeah.
Who else we have? We have, unfortunately, we have to talk about this. We have.
Say that a little louder. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll mumble it on my breath. Stephanie Vacour, the champion, against Nikki Bella.
I mean, Stephanie's winning that.
Stephanie's winning that. It's not going to be a squash. It'll be a pretty.
It's going to be more competitive than it should be.
Yeah, I say they go. What do you think? 10 minutes?
About 10. No problem.
Yeah, about 10.
Well, because both War Games matches are probably going to be pushing an hour each.
Yeah. So these are the only two matches outside of War Games. So they're going to want to try to give them some time respectfully, but also turn the attention to the War Games matches.
Right.
So yeah. So here's my question.
Yep.
Do we see Twin Magic?
That's a good question.
Stephanie Vacour still wins, right? But do we see Twin Magic?
Well, if we do see Twin Magic, then she doesn't win.
I think that there's going to be some botch that happens, and she ends up winning. Yeah. Not like
the Twin Magic,
unintentional botch. I'm just talking about like something in the storyline.
Yeah, there'd be a pop big enough though that people might be okay at that moment for Nikki to win because of it. Then it will set in and be like, oh, wait, what did we just do?
Yeah.
I don't think we will see Brie. I mean, if we do, she's sitting ringside, but she will not be involved.
Because she has made some comments recently saying that, her return feels kind of empty without her sister. So we'll see.
It's not a bad guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Brie appears. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna lean towards no physical involvement, because again, maybe she does get seen on camera.
Yeah,
but no physical involvement. And I'm just thinking partially with just because of Bryan Danielson's relationship with AEW.
Got you.
But I'm not opposed to it. I like the thought.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's my hot take. I don't know.
I like it. No, it's a good. I thought, hey, you're learning how to do these hot takes. So I'll accept it. I think it was pretty good. I didn't think of it.
I'm learning from the masters. See, that's how it happens. That's how it happens. All right, we have the women's War Games match. AJ Lee, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky versus Becky Lynch. Tag team champions, the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. I think that we get the baby faces over here. Just because it just makes sense that way. I don't know if they're gonna further tell any more stories, letting the heel team win. But I could be wrong. That's just my prediction. I think AJ Lee and the girls get over. in a very exciting match. I think we're gonna see a lot of kendo sticks. We
Io's gonna do her crazy jump
Yep.
with the trash can again.
Yep.
No, I mean, I have a feeling that this match will be better than the men's one.
Yes.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I will pick the opposition.
Okay.
I think there's no clear-cut pick with this one.
Yeah.
And I'm leaning towards the opposition for the sake of the Becky AJ feud. So then Becky can gain one up on AJ.
Rubber match.
For them to then lead to them finally having a singles match.
Right.
Um,
That actually makes sense because AJ, they won the tag team match. Becky goes ahead and wins War Games, but neither of them have faced each other one-on-one with no other outside forces, right? So that would make sense. That's a story.
So yeah, we'll have to see with that. Also, I think it would be good and that would, I think, help the Kabuki Warriors as far as it's not like they need help being established as a dominant tag team because we know they're a dominant tag team and they're tag champions. But when you look at the other side and you have Charlotte and Alexa as a team and Rhea and Io, who are both the two most dominant individuals that have also been working as a team.
Right.
You want to put a little more emphasis with them. And it would be good for Lash Legend to say in her first official match on a pay-per-view that wasn't a Rumble that she is the winner.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lean towards Team Bad Guys.
I really want to see how she holds her own because she's such an imposing figure that I want to see how she ends up getting a spot or two in there and see how she kind of holds her own. So I'm looking forward to that. I really am. Right. Let me see. Okay. So who do we got for? And then
we got Ben.
Yeah. So we got Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso versus Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. I think this is a open and shut case for both of us here. I think the Vision win, and I think the Vision win because there is some issues that are going on with the babyface team. You have so many different storylines here. You have Roman trying to protect his cousins. You have CM Punk and Roman. You have Cody and Roman. You have all of these moving parts that are going to find a way to have some type of miscommunication. They go ahead and lose this thing. Or it was what I said last week, where Roman decides to go into business for himself and just walks out of the cage.
How dare you try to speak for me?
That's my take. I don't know what you're going to say.
You said, I think we're both in agreement and it's open and shut that the Vision is win.
I don't think that you think that the babyface team is going to win. I don't believe that. You're
not going to have a team that has both of your champions and Roman Reigns lose.
Okay. All right.
They are going to win. And they're going to win either by, now this is the more likely scenario, Roman getting the pin to further insinuate what we were talking about earlier.
The title. Yep.
To get the titles. Or Jimmy gets the pin and Jay is jealous to then build that.
Here's the question. Who takes the pin?
Logan.
Okay.
Logan takes the pin. Because he is still like he's with the guys, but he's not with the guys. He is still the annoying guy.
Yeah.
And now this could also even be a type of thing where we have one of those moments that say like McIntyre injures Cody and Cody's taken out of the cell and then miraculously
comes back,
returns towards the end. And then that could be the type of thing of like, you weren't there for half the match. You don't get credit for this.
Yeah.
To then further do what you're describing. But because everyone is questioning how will they get along, there's no way this or that, which is why they will win. That's how it works. That's the formula. How can they possibly coexist? Oh, wait, they just did. Okay. Cool.
We'll see. All right. That's all I'm saying. You're going to hear from me when War Games is happening. I'm like, hey, buddy. Hey, talk to me. What's up?
Well, and I will respond saying I'm not surprised because as we've discussed many times, I never get predictions right.
You know what? I'm starting to I'm on to you now. You do this, I never get it right thing. So you can be able to go ahead and go say whatever you want to say and then not really have it locked down.
So it's just a front. It's just a front.
Yeah. You're a poser, sir. Okay. I got you.
Don't tell anyone. It's my secret. Stop it.
Well, listen, we'll see. I got the division winning. You have the babyface champions winning. I think both stories are going to be good. I think we can be able to agree on this thing, Josh. We need to see some color in this match. You got to. You can't have a clear. We can't have WWE have War Games and you don't have color. That's all I'm saying. We're not talking. It doesn't have to be as extreme as how AEW does it.
Oh, it won't be.
Right, but we need some color.
Okay.
Really.
So I'll ask you this because I have my answer for it. If you were to pick one person in that match to get color, who is it?
On either side or just one?
Just one person, period.
Logan.
Oh, see, I'd say Cody.
Well, Cody. Well, yeah, Cody too. Yeah, Cody too. Just because it's homage to his father and it's his birthright, like he says, right?
Right.
I need color. It's either Logan, Cody, Punk. So somebody got to get it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You need it. It's not going to feel like War Games to me if you don't have it.
It could be Brock.
It could be Brock.
Because Brock is the one who's just like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm just going to do it.
Brock will do the job with like that. He likes doing that. So yeah, we'll see. I that's just my only request. H, if you're listening, just give us the gore in the.
You hear that, Triple H? Barry Grant Jr. wants violence.
Yes,
because he's a sick, twisted individual.
You can't give me War Games and no color. That's all I'm saying. You can't do it.
You're focusing more on the word war and less on the word games.
Well, yes. War game, like there's just like Dusty Rhodes. You say War Games. All right, that's it. That's what I want to see. Back in WCW days, everybody was bleeding back then.
That's true. They were.
So that's all I'm saying. That it was a culmination to a heated feud. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Get the color. I have a surprise for you, sir.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Because this is, and for those watching, this is a legit surprise because he didn't tell me or say anything about this. I figured we were wrapping the show up right now.
Yeah, this is how we're gonna end the show.
I'm a little intrigued and terrified. Because I'm not the best with surprises.
Let me see if it uploaded, because if it didn't, then I look like a complete moron.
Well, it's not going to take that to look like a complete moron.
Oh, you just be nice, okay?
That's impossible.
Okay. So it's not going to do it because they said it's too long. Pause. I was going to upload your promo.
Oh, the vignette?
Yes, the vignette.
Oh, sure.
I wonder, but it said it's too long because it was over a minute.
Well, you guys can go to my my wrestling gimmicks Instagram, I.am Christian Rosenberg. And the vignette that Barry is describing is pinned on my profile. And that is, my main person that I manage, 7-footer Alex Ace. We are accepting bookings for 2026. So I got this really cool vignette.
Hold on. I might have it. Hold on a second.
Well,
we're just gonna pull it from the interwebs. That's all we're gonna do.
Okay, we're just hacking into my Instagram.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Cool. This is being recorded, so you will be arrested momentarily. So that's the first one there. So this is the 7-foot anomaly, Alex Ace.
Oh,
you gotta log in. You gotta log in. You blew it, dude. Log in.
I don't know my password. I don't.
You wanted me to hype up my guy, and then you do this to me. Your surprise is to make me look like a fool because of what you did.
Listen, I can play it on my phone. I can.
Well, how is that going to help with this?
It can. Hold on, let me see. Now we have to do it. Let's see.
All right. Now, why do you want to share it?
Because it's cool. That's why. It's cool. Well, listen, we might not be able to. Let me see. Maybe I can play it on my phone. Let's see. Get some volume here.
So you're just going to play the audio from the phone. So no one's not even going to see the whole video of it.
They can probably see it on the phone. Look at
an anomaly is the thing that doesn't belong. The mistake in the system. The one piece you cannot control, no matter how hard you try. An anomaly is the flaw in your perfect little pattern. It's a disruption you can't predict. That riddle you'll never solve. You're 7 feet tall, 309 pounds. And you are not supposed to move like that. You are not supposed to think like that. You're not supposed to be that destructive, and yet you are every single time. And as long as you listen to your conscience, the possibilities are endless. And that terrifies them, because it means you don't just beat men, you dismantle them. You don't just win matches, you redefine what is possible inside that ring. Their champions will crumble. Their monsters will fall. Their heroes will break, because Alex says you do not belong in their little world of rules and order. You will bend it, twist it, and when you're finished, they will never be the same. So let them call you a monster. Let them call you a machine. But the truth is, you are something they have never seen before. You are the future. You are the destruction of their destiny. Alex Ace, you are the anomaly.
That was great.
Well,
was great.
I appreciate it. Now, for those of you that were watching, unfortunately with the phone though, it was getting too blurry for any of the words, so you couldn't really read them. But it had the names and the way the booking info is for it. And just go hop onto my Instagram, i.am.Christian Rosenberg, so you can watch it yourself. You can also give me a follow if you like. And if you have an independent wrestling promotion in your neck of the woods that you think might be interested in having a 7-foot anomaly wrestler and a jackass of a manager show up, well, you can give them the booking information.
Absolutely. Listen, man, you're my guy. Very talented guy. I was very entertained by that. I was sold. It's great. It's great. So, that's all for this show for this week. We're, obviously we'll see what happens with Friday Night SmackDown. We have War Games. We have the Fallout show for Monday Night Raw next week, and we will be back to discuss all of it and see exactly what the hell happens. So until then, I am Barry Grant Jr. That is Josh Tariff. This is the wrestling show that we love. It doesn't have a name, and we don't care. Any last words, sir?
Well, you cut me off with this early in the episode, but I'm just excited because I'm a mere hours away from turkey, ham, stuffing, green bean casserole, and mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, pumpkin pie. You were supposed to be saying what after each thing, but you missed. No, you missed the whole bit. You missed it. You missed it. Enjoy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes, everybody
have
enjoy
fun with Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. I will. I like to raid people's houses and just go get plates and don't say anything. I just and then leave. Take the plate and go.
Breaking and entering.
Yeah, I mean it's allowed on Thanksgiving. People are supposed to be welcoming. So even if you don't know me, you see somebody at your door. Hey, you want a plate? Absolutely. I'm just here for that. So yeah.
I feel like you're lying.
You don't know that.
Okay.
I am pretty out there, so you have no idea.
That you are right about that one.
Yeah.
You are pretty out there.
So very, very unpredictable. So my wife tells me. Until next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.